good. Come, come.
May I come in, sir?
Oh, come, come, come.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Sit, sit, sit. Sidaq.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
We have met last year?
Yes, sir. We met last year.
Last year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Huh? So, you have taken PS and IR?
PSI, yes, sir.
So, how we'll ask you about your previous interview later on.
Sure, sir.
Let us now go on with the now. So, recently there have been some deportations from US. Do you think that the government of India should have at some level raised an issue that these people should be treated with some amount of human dignity, because after all, everything else apart, there is some human rights?
I'm sure, sir, this issue would have been taken up by the Indian government with the US. But, sir, the policy that US is following, their ICE department, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, this policy they have been following since 2009. And the stated reason is when the people are deported, they are emotionally very vulnerable. And mid-air, if such a situation gets created where the people who are emotionally disturbed, they become a threat to the co-passengers, then it could be fatal. So in this regard, sir, they told that they handcuff the people and chain them. This is not a pleasant sight, sir, but I think their argument, sir, is also fair.
And you think that this is justified, therefore?
Yes, sir. For the safety of passengers, sir, I think the utmost thing that needs to be taken care of is safety of the people.
Is the world order changing? Do you think there is a change in the world order? And if so, first of all, is it changing? What's
Yes,
your
sir.
view? Huh?
The world order is changing, sir.
It's changing.
Yes, sir.
And what are the elements to this change? Why do you say it is changing?
Sir, firstly, the US hegemony is getting challenged by the rising China. That is number one. Secondly, sir, there is intensification of geopolitical competition between West and Russia. So because of these two reasons, sir, I think the world order is changing, and the world is now moving from a US-led world order to a more multipolar world order. So in this regard, sir, I think the world order is shifting.
And what do you think with the arrival of President Trump on the scene, everybody seem to be looking up to what US is doing. So that seems to indicate that its dominance, it still continues.
Yes, sir. As of now, US remains a dominant power. And as you said, President Trump is characterized by unpredictability. And he has come on the template of making America great again. So I think a lot of things, sir, would be done. And nations like India, sir, they will use deft diplomacy to adjust to these changes.
Is the trade in the world, is there going to be a significant change in the way world trade is conducted?
Sir, I think as far as US policies are concerned, we have to wait for certain time. Because if we look into how Trump conducts the policies, firstly he will make a statement which at first would seem bizarre, but that statement is more to test the mood of the room. So if the nations will go for a pushback, then probably, sir, the policies would be tempered. We saw that he said that 25% tariff would be imposed on Mexico and Canada, and later he said that we'll do that after 30 days. So I think, sir, it remains to be seen whether Trump policies would disrupt the supply chains, but surely they will have certain implications.
But is there one thing where you feel that there is a clear change from the previous situation in terms of the arrangements for the global trade, in the kind of deals which are being made, agreements which are being arrived at?
Sir, there would be certain changes. For example, India is negotiating for a trade agreement with US. Other nations will also enter into similar agreements, especially the neighbors of USA. though they had a previous agreement, UMCA. So Europe, sir, will also be forced to enter some type of arrangement with US, because the policy that Trump is now going to follow would be that of reciprocity. If you charge us a higher rate of tariff, we will do the same.
So his policy is actually, if you really try to look at some direction in it, and if there is any direction, that direction is towards more bilateral arrangements rather than existing multilateral and world-based, like World Trade Organization. Make it all bilateral.
Yes, sir. I think.
Would you agree with this?
Sure, sir.
And what does he gain? What does US gain by that?
Sir, US feels that the multilateral order that they created, especially the economic order, China has been the biggest beneficiary of that. So now they feel that a system which is now benefiting their rival should now go. So he is against WTO, he is against the dispute settlement mechanism of WTO as well. And he feels that if US will engage bilaterally with different nations, US will be able to maintain its economic hegemony as well.
Okay. So on the whole, he is not being whimsical on this. He is driving the whole agenda in a very calculated way.
Sure, sir. He says that the biggest or the most important thing is deal making. So he's trying to strike good deals with.
Did India make a good deal during the visit of the Prime Minister?
Yes, sir. India did make a good deal, because.
What are the things which we gained and what are the things which US gained?
As far as economic sphere is concerned?
Generally, everything.
Sir, the takeaways first were that they set the target of $5 billion of trade by 2030. Sorry, 500 billion. $500 billion of trade by 2030. So this is huge as compared to the present ongoing trade of around $125 billion. Secondly, President Trump showed his willingness to supply the advanced weapon platforms, especially F-35. So this would also help India, sir. Other than this, the increased cooperation when it comes to defense co-production. They said that a new roadmap would be created for the 10 years. So that is another plus point. And our Prime Minister spoke that, or told that we support legal mobility. So this would assuage certain fears of USA, that India is on the same page, that both the nations want to go for support of illegal mobility and not illegal immigration. These are the things.
My question was what US gains and what India gains. So you enumerated what India gains. We can also go into some of the things and some of the things which you have not mentioned also. But what US has gained?
Sir, firstly, US got a sort of soft commitment from India that India would be increasing its imports of oil and natural gas from USA. And plank of Trump was drill baby drill. So he wants to promote drilling of both crude and natural gas. Secondly, he also wants to support the defense industry of USA. So by saying that India will import F-35, US stands to benefit from that. And thirdly, sir, both the nations showed commitment towards.
Actually, he has only said, India has not said that.
Sir,
and he has mentioned it twice.
Sir, India's foreign secretary said that there is a formal process that needs to start. So
we have not taken any decision. We'll have to compare. There is another aircraft. Huh?
Sure, sir.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Though I am tempted to ask you on international affairs the way you have answered the questions, but we'll come back to the domestic.
Okay, sir.
Since you have done political science, economics and all that, two concerns in the Indian democracy. This is in present times. Or there are no concerns. It is a vibrant democracy. You're free to take a stand. Are there any concerns in Indian democracy?
Sir, there are certain concerns. Firstly, sir, I think the functioning of the legislature. If we look into the reports of PRS, then the disruptions in the parliament are increasing. The number of time or the hours that are spent on budget, they have been decreasing successively. So the financial accountability of the government is also...
Have the number of working days also reduced?
Yes, sir, they have also reduced. So the backsliding of the legislative process, sir, that is an area of concern.
Okay, good.
Besides this, sir, I think within a robust democracy, it is very important that the relations between state and center should be good. And that is something, sir, which in the last few years, unfortunately, is going down the hill.
You have preempted my second question. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister wrote an article yesterday that we are seeing the decline of federalism. Now combine it with the earlier answer and give me an answer to this. Is there a tendency towards centralization in the country under the garb of one nation and one card? And
sir, I think if we talk about one nation, one election, or one...
No, that I only gave as an example. I'm just asking you as a political student of political science.
Sir, I think if we look into the history, always the states felt that their powers are getting encroached by the center. And the states today also feel the same because of certain issues. I'm not sure in which context the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu said this.
Are you not aware of the issues which Tamil Nadu has with the center?
Sir, I think it should be with regard to the UGC regulations, but I haven't
That's one of them.
I haven't read the article, but the other issues, sir, for example, the increasing resort to cess and surcharge. So they feel that their financial...
No, let's not Tamil Nadu. I mean, I'm not talking about relationship of Tamil Nadu and the center. I'm just asking a general question. Is there a increasing centralization tendencies?
Sir, there are both. To a certain extent, or in certain spheres, there is centralization of tendencies, and in certain spheres, the government is giving more autonomy to the states. So,
can you give me examples of the second?
Yes, sir. For example, with regard to the structuring of centrally sponsored schemes, the government has given more flexibility to the
You're
states.
sure on that point?
Yes, sir. For example, National Health Mission, or with regard to the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, the government has given more autonomy to the states, that you have greater flexibility now to spend the funds.
Now, two concerns of Indian society. We talked about two concerns of Indian democracy. Let's talk about two concerns of Indian society as it exists just now.
Sir, the first would be with regard to whether we are prepared for the future change in the democracy. The number of the...
Just take your mind out of politics and be focused on the society.
Yes, sir. The population, sir, of the aged people is expected to increase significantly in the near future. So whether our health infrastructure...
Better way, would it be nuclear families?
Sorry, sir?
Nuclear families.
Sir, nuclear...
breakup of joint families and its support structure.
Yes, sir, that is a cause of concern when it comes to the Indian society.
In the context of aging population.
Yes, sir.
Any other concern of the Indian society?
Sir, I think in certain areas, for example, we are seeing that in Manipur, the fractures are appearing within the Indian society. So that is an issue of concern, sir. We are a multi-diverse country. So managing the diversity could be a problem because there are certain sections who feel that they are getting alienated. So ensuring that the development...
Now my last question, because time is short. Two concerns of Indian economy. You have taken economics also in BA.
Sir, the first one is our external sector. The exports have not shown an uptick.
Okay, fine.
And the second...
That's fine. I mean, I've understood because time is short.
And the second one, sir, is the investment rate. The investment rate is not...
Nowhere, when I asked about Indian society and an economy, did you mention about growing inequalities?
Yes, sir. Thank you. That's a pressing concern, sir.
Okay. To some extent, my next question is connected to Punjab also. How has Manrega impacted rural economy and rural society?
Sir, I did a survey in this regard, UGC survey on the political sociology in the border belt of Punjab. And there, sir, I realized that Manrega is playing a very important role. majority of the people, which I understood from the survey who were employed there, were the Dalits. So, and the other occupation that they go for is agricultural laborers. So in this regard, sir, it is helping because Punjab is witnessing a pseudo deindustrialization. So industry is fleeing from Punjab. So Manrega provides an alternate avenue of
So
employment.
it is reducing the disguise and rural unemployment.
Yes, sir. We can say it like that as well.
That's better. To the point.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Anything else?
Secondly, sir, the creation of the assets. For example, they are involved in the creation of irrigation assets, conservation of water.
Okay.
So
Anything else?
the decrease in gender-based inequality as well, sir. A lot of
Very good.
females get employed there. So that
Women
is important.
empowerment.
Yes, sir. Besides this, it also helps or to decrease the forced migration out of villages because
Okay,
it provides employment avenues
Thank
within
you.
the village.
Thank you,
sir.
Sidaq.
Sidaq Singh, you have studied India-Russia ties. In recent years, since Ukraine war, Russia has found new alliances with North Korea, with Iran, with China, and so on. And now, after Riyadh talks, a breakthrough with the United States and hopefully an end to Ukraine war is also on the cards. How would it impact Russia's ties with India?
Sir, in the strategic sense, I think this is a good news for India because India was finding it difficult to do the tightrope walk that it has been doing since 2022 because of the intense tensions between the West and Russia. So if the tensions will subside, I think conducting diplomacy with both the blocs would be relatively easier for India. Secondly, sir, I recall one of the comments that our foreign minister made that too many doors in the West are now closed for Russia. As a result, Russia is entering the strategic embrace of China. So if US establish some type of via media with Russia, this strategic embrace, sir, it will loosen. Both the nations have called their partnership as friendship without any limits. And that is not a good news for India that in future Russia, China, Pakistan, Iran axis develops. So I think, sir, it would be good for India if the tension subside.
Well, on the contrarian side, the cheap supplies of crude to India, of which Russia has become the largest source, would stop. They would be no longer under sanctions. Similarly, the market that we have taken over by default in Russia, because sanctions didn't allow a lot of things to be exported to that country, would go. And Russia may have other partners. He would like to reward them for standing by. For example, Iran, which supplied drones and missiles and so on. North Korea, China. So don't you think it's a mixed bag?
Sir, I do not have complete awareness about this, but something which I feel is that, or according to me, sir, there should not be much impact as far as the global crude oil price is concerned. Because if sanctions on Russia would go, Russian oil would then come into the market. So the overall supply should remain the same. So in this regard, the price of the oil, I think, sir, can decrease as well, but I'm not very sure about this. I'll have to read on this.
Okay, anyway. Now let's talk about Punjab. Punjab has not done too well lately. In the past 30, 40 years, it has been slipping down the favorite list of Indian states. What can be done to arrest this decline and revive Punjabi economy?
Sir, I think this is a concerning issue. Like you mentioned that in last 30-40 years, Punjab slipped down from, in terms of per capita income, it was first in 2001 and today it is around 14th or 15th rank. So I think, sir, the major reason for this is the continued dependence on agriculture. Agriculture still contributes 30% of Punjab's economy, whereas if we talk about the national average, that is 15%. So the economy now needs to structurally transform and move to industrial and services sector. So in this regard, sir, I think favorable policies are required which are able to bring the industry back to Punjab, which fled during the militancy period. So income tax exemptions can be given to the new industry, the rate of electricity can decrease, vocational training of the youth, providing skilled workforce to the incoming industry would also help. Secondly, sir, the services sector also needs to get a boost. Punjab decided or wanted to create Mohali as a services hub, but unfortunately the infrastructure there is missing. So that is another thing, sir, which needs to be done, promoting the services sector. Thirdly, sir, with regard to agriculture, the agricultural base is very strong. So we can promote the food processing industry as well. And then the export potential is also good, can be exported abroad. So I think, sir, all these things can be done. And one more important thing is, sir, the fiscal health of Punjab is not very good. As a result, the amount of capital expenditure that the state of Punjab makes is very less. It is just 7% of the total budget. So if the fiscal situation improves and we improve our investment on the capital side, that will start a multiplier effect in the economy. So I think the state needs to manage its finances also well.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. You, as I see from your sorry, DAF, surveyor for ASER report. Now, I would like to see or understand this ASER report, whether it is a good representative sample or not. All over the country, how many students were surveyed?
Sir, it was around 6 lakh students.
You are right. So that is quite a comparative. Now, I would like to know, they are very much concerned about, they keep comparing with the third class, fifth class with third class. Of course, they do it for the higher classes also. Why is that third class so important?
Sir, the third class is important because the metric of understanding whether the students have foundational literacy and numeracy is by age 8 or 9. And by age 8 or 9, the student is in class third. And the larger focus...
It talks of, you see, normally literate man, you will talk of reading, writing, arithmetic. It does not talk of the writing component. It only talks of the numeracy, as you said, and the reading part of it. Can you explain the importance of that?
Reading and numeracy.
Reading and numeracy. If you see the thing, they don't talk about the writing part of it. What would be the reason?
Sir, I think the major thrust or something which is very important if a student wants to progress is whether he is able to comprehend what
he has to understand the money lender doesn't cheat him. He may not be able to write, but he should be able to see some calculations and read what he is getting some impression upon. That could be one of the reasons. I have not read it anywhere, but I feel that could be the reason. You understand my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I move on to my next question. You see, budget came out few days back. Now, in the budget, how much was if you draw the pie diagram, how much is the outgo through central sector schemes and central sector sponsored schemes? How much money is the outgo?
I'm sorry, sir, I cannot recall the exact figure, but the central sector schemes are significantly higher in value as
yes,
compared.
it is double of that, 16%. That is, but now my main question comes. You see that some people feel it is just throwaway of money, right? Just together for political reason, whatever. We are not getting into that area. Now, what is this PM Swanidhi scheme?
Sir, if I can recall correctly, I think it is with regard to the street vendors.
You are correct, yes. How much loan is given there?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall.
Okay, 30,000 rupees. Now this is my corollary to that question. About 10 years back, when we drew the budget, we also talked of planned and non-planned scheme, the terms which we don't use now. Maybe that time you were very young. What could be the reason? Now we only capital outlay and the revenue outlay.
I'll have to read into this, sir.
Planned schemes were going to the planning commission also. So it was felt that it is not just, even in soft sector we can have, capital investments. So Swanidhi scheme is one of them. It is a driver. So money will come back.
Okay.
What is wrong in it? So that could be probably the reason. Now coming to your, you come from Punjab state. Which state of India does not have agriculture produce marketing committee? There are few of them, but one is very popular. Southern India, which is the southernmost tip of India. Which state?
Kerala, sir?
Kerala, right? It does not have an agriculture produce marketing committee. So once you don't have them, there's no question who will administer the MSP. Then what is the problem of Punjab? I mean, there's a full state for, they are not children after all. They don't want it, they are doing all right. So don't you think it is just, I think it is for reasons other than economic.
Sir, if we talk about the agricultural economy of Punjab, the agricultural yield has stagnated. It is rather declining from 5 ton per hectare.
It would be declining for them also.
Yes, sir. And the people of Punjab feels that since they have been the largest beneficiary of this system, their income is going to get a severe hit if MSP goes away. As per the Shanta Kumar committee, 7% of the Indian farmers they benefit from MSP, and that is largely.
Is government supposed to buy at MSP, the rate it declares? Are they duty bound?
No, sir. There is no legal statute in this regard.
Then why is MSP so important?
Sir, it is important for the food security, and because the
See,
government.
if government buys, it will buy at MSP rates.
Yes, sir.
That is what it means. If it doesn't come out with a procurement policy, then MSP does not come. The private person who buys, he will have to buy at that rate. But he'll say, I'm at a loss, sorry, I will not buy. Only policemen will go and start threatening the other side. So I think it has to be kept in mind. It is the structural issues, as you initially said. The water levels have gone down.
Yes,
That where our government has to invest.
Yes, sir.
And
Absolutely.
get into the allied sectors. My last question to you. Minority institutions of India spoken in what article of Constitution of India?
Sir, it is Article 29.
Article 30. Okay.
Sorry, yes.
There was issue of AMU coming, and some observation has been given by the Supreme Court. But if we have minority institution, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe reservation will not be there. Will it not be unfair to scheduled caste, scheduled tribes?
Sir, we can look at it in this manner, but the very premise, as you talked about the constitutional premise, the premise is that the minorities should be able to protect their culture and promote it through.
Maybe you may like to say that this has been deliberated in Parliament. Constitution is Bible for you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So you, Sidaq, you please wait for a minute. We'll have a brief consultation, then give you.
Sure, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.